Thanks for coming by. I'm so glad you came to see me. I look so forward to seeing you. It's been a long, hard day, I have to say. And I'm looking very forward to just relaxing with you guys and helping you get some sleep. Okay? So, if you're new here, thanks so much for giving me a chance. Please hit the subscribe button below. And if you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. It means the world to me. My gratitude is overwhelming. One of the reasons I started this channel was to try to give back to the ASMR community because I feel like they did a lot for me and I wanted to give back. And I believe that I have a niche as Auntie Angel and spreading what I've learned through life. I believe in kindness, I believe in positivity, and I believe in speaking openly and plainly about mental health. My dream is that someday we can talk about mental health the same way we talk about having the common cold. We need to take the stigma away. And if you're struggling, I urge you to ask for help. It's very hard. You can speak to a doctor, a clergy, a counsel person, like a counselor, your local public health department. There's help out there. It's hard to ask for it, but I personally asked for it. I am taking anti-anxiety medications and antidepressant, and I think I'm a pretty positive person. If I could teach everybody one thing, it's that mental health, physical health, it's the same. You don't have any control over catching pneumonia. You don't have any control over having an anxiety disorder. You can get some control over it with the right help and medications. But the one thing that I want you to know, you're not broken. And some people may want to help you and try to fix you. They mean well. Take them into your heart. Know that they mean well, but tell them that you just need an ear. You don't need them to fix anything. You just need some support. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's settle in for a lovely, relaxing night. I thought we'd do some more Affirmator cards. Affirmator. I have finally learned to say that word. And also I found a good one from the Celtic fairy tales. I thought we'd read one of those. And I also just want to let everybody know that I've had a few people ask me to do another question and answer. So I love doing them. I have no problems. So if you want to send me your questions, my email is angelonmyshoulderasmr@gmail.com. It will be in the description. As soon as I get 25 questions, I'll do another video of it. But I take my lead from you guys on this one. So please send me your questions. So let's get ready. First of all, let's get the lighting the way you like it. You can have it dark, you can have it light, you can have a little light, you can have a night light. You can have the lights fully on if you want. The only rule Auntie Angel has, no lit candles. Not when you're trying to fall asleep or trying to relax. That can be dangerous. I love these electric candles with the flicker. They're a great thing to have, and I know I've told you before, I got these on Amazon. They're having sales. I have no sponsor or anything like that. I just really like them. And the great thing is they're remote controlled. So I can turn them all off. I can turn them all on. I can change the settings. I can make some flicker. They're really cool. Okay, now let's get you comfortable. Whatever you're on, whether it's a couch or a chair, a cushion on the floor, a bed, make yourself nice and comfy. I did. I went and got these new pajamas that I got myself, and I'm very proud of them. I've lost a lot of weight. I have a weight issue, obviously, and I have a long way to go still, but I was able to order these online, and I can't remember the last time I was able to do that. And they're even a bit big. But I just love these because of the flamingos and the palm trees, and I love the color green. So I'm comfy. I want you guys to be comfy. And get a blanket and cover up if you want to. Okay? And after the story, we'll do our deep breathing. Or would you like to do it now? Okay, I'm easy. That came out wrong. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for a count of 4. If you can't, if you can only do 1 or 2, you do what you don't need to do. This is about you. And we're going to gently hold it. None of this. It's a gentle hold for 4. And then a release through our mouth for 4. Ready? Through our nose. Hold. Release. Good. Let's do one more and I'll count for you this time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. You guys are getting the hang of this. Okay, let's do one last one together. Then you can do as many as you like. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very good. Okay. Now, the Affirmator cards, I'm not going to show pictures tonight because I just want you to be able to get some rest. You know, it's been a long day and I want you guys to have a good night's sleep. So, and for those that are new and don't know, one of the reasons I read this Celtic fairy tale book is that there's only like one illustration, so I don't bother showing it. And you guys can just listen to the sound of my voice, close your eyes, and zone out and just drift off into sweet dreams. Okay, so let's do about 3 or 4 Affirmator cards. Okay, so this first one is communication. Wonder how the other person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communications army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumptions will make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with this euphemism. No need to do. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there'll always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. I take a deep breath, I relax, and I trust. I like that one. Options. As I open to the abundant possibility of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest. Without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. Okay, I don't know about that, but that sounds really good to me. You fry that baby and put some gravy on it, I'm there. Peacefulness. I have a peaceful, tranquil, untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so I can keep enjoying it. I like those. Those ones tonight are good ones, I think. So, are you ready? Let's read our story, and then you guys can just fall asleep. And if you fall asleep before I finish, sweet dreams, my loves. This one is called Finn McCool and the Scottish Giant. Strong-arm Finn had lived all his life without ever meeting his match, so he was as proud as a peacock. He never did any work, but just played at games with his warriors and threw great stones around. He left his wife Una at home while he enjoyed himself. Well, one day, Finn was quite down in the mouth because he had no one to wrestle with and no more rocks to throw. So when he saw a man running towards him, he shouted, "What's in the wind?" "It's Farrua, the Scottish giant. He's heard tell of you and your strength, and now he's coming this way to match his strength against yours." Well, Finn had heard tell of Farrua too. When Farrua stamped, the whole of Scotland shook. The fame and name of him went far and near. He had a magic finger that gave him tremendous strength. Once he had flattened a thunderbolt with one blow of his fist. He kept it in his pocket in the shape of a pancake. So when Finn heard the man's news, he was seized with a very warm and sudden fit of affection for his wife. Poor woman. So he pulled up a fir tree, lopped off its roots and branches, took it for a walking stick, and set off for home. Now Finn and Una's house was built right on top of a mountain. There wasn't enough water on the mountain, and there was too much wind. But there was just the right amount of view, lots of it, in every direction. When Finn got home, Una gave him such a kiss the water of the lake became curled with the pleasure of it. But Finn just groaned. "What's the matter, my darling bully?" asked Una. "It's Farrua," said Finn. "He's coming. He'll be here soon. He's got a magic finger that gives him all the strength. He'll flatten me just like he did the thunderbolt." "Well, we'll see about that," said Una, and she began to prepare for the giant's visit. When she saw Farrua coming, Una tucked Finn up in the cradle. "You can be a baby again," she said, "and I don't expect to hear more than a gurgle pass your lips without my leave." When Farrua arrived, he asked, "Is this Finn's house? I've come all the way from Scotland to fight him." "Finn's not at home," said Una. "He's gone to teach that fool Farrua a lesson. I do hope for Farrua's sake that Finn doesn't find him." "I am Farrua," said the giant, "and Finn has been avoiding me for the last 12 months. I can't wait to get my grips upon him." Una let out a great laugh. "You've never seen Finn, then?" "How could I?" said Farrua. "He's so spry at dodging me." "I thought you couldn't have seen him," Una replied. "And if you take my advice, you poor-looking creature, you'll pray night and day that you never do see him." Farrua didn't look very happy at this. "Anyway," said Una, "as Finn is away from home just now, perhaps you could do me a kindness. The wind is whistling in at the door. If my Finn were here, he would turn the house around for me." Farrua wasn't going to be outdone by Finn, so he cracked the middle finger of his right hand 3 times. He put his arms around the house and heaved. The whole house turned around like a spinning top, and in his cradle, Finn let out a little whimper. "Oh, how kind," said Una. "Perhaps while you're about it, you could do me just one other kindness. If my Finn were here, he would pull the rocks of the mountain aside to make me a new well. I'm sure there's fresh spring water down there." Farrua looked at the mountain, cracked the middle finger of his right hand 9 times, put his arm around a rock and heaved. There was a great crack, and a shower of water burst forth from the new well. "Oh, how kind," said Una. "Now do come in and have a bite to eat." With that, Una handed Farrua a griddle cake with the griddle baked inside it. As Farrua put it in his mouth to take a huge whack out of it, he said, "Blood and fury," he cried. "The 2 best teeth in my head are gone." "Oh dear," said Una, as mild as the moon. "Try some steak to soothe your gum." And for a steak, she gave him a plank of red pine wrapped around with a scraping of meat. When Farrua bit into it, his teeth stuck fast in the wood, and he could barely get them out again. "By my sword, ma'am," he said, "this is a hard diet you give your guests." "Hard?" said Una. "Why, it's the same food we give the baby." And she gave Finn in the cradle an ordinary griddle cake and an ordinary steak, and he took a great bite from both. I'm lucky Finn's not at home, thought Farrua, if even his baby can munch food that splinters my teeth. I'd like to take a look at this child, he said. By all means, said Una. Get up, dear, and show this decent little man something that won't be unworthy of your father Finn. So Finn got up from the cradle in his baby clothes and handed Farrua a stone from the hearth. Can you squeeze water out of that? He asked. Farrua cracked his finger and squeezed, but not even he could wring water from a stone. He passed the stone to Finn, and Finn secretly hid it behind him and picked up a loaf set to rise by the fire. He squeezed, and water oozed out in a little shower from his hand. I'll not bandy words with anyone that can't eat my mammy's bread or squeeze water from a stone, he said, and he climbed back into his cradle. I must see what sort of grinders that baby's got to eat griddled bread like that, said Farrua. Well, you'll have to put your finger to the back of his mouth to find his teeth, said Una. So Farrua chucked the baby under the chin and put the third finger of his right hand in his mouth. Snap! Finn's mouth shut. His teeth chopped off the giant's finger, and Farrua fainted right away. When he came to, he was no stronger than you or I, for it was the magic finger that gave him all his strength. So Una sent Farrua back to Scotland with a flea in his ear, and whenever anyone criticized Finn for his proud ways, Una would tell them, I know my husband, and he's got no more harm in him than a baby does in the cradle. The end. So, my darlings, let's turn off the light. There we go. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Remember that there's beautiful dreams waiting on the other side of your eyes. And I'm going to count down from 10 to help you fall fast asleep. And the closer I get to 1, the more tired you'll be. 10, 9,